name is Karina. Today I'm going to be making a new recipe, and this is called chicken and noodles, and it is made in the crock pot. I think this is a perfect recipe for this time of year when it is cold and crisp in most places. If you want to see how I make this, come along. For this recipe, you are going to need a crock pot, and I am going to spray my crock pot with cooking spray. You need 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, a stick of butter, 4 chicken breasts, 32 ounces of chicken broth, and then if you want to thin it out, it says if it's too thick you can add a little more chicken broth, so I did buy an extra can of it just in case. I'm going to add some chicken bouillon. It says that this is optional, but I'm going to go ahead and add it for extra flavor, and it's 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon. And then the recipe calls for just salt and pepper, but I'm going to add salt and pepper, but I am also going to add some house seasoning, which is, this one's by Paula Deen. I believe it's garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. I think you can look that up and make it yourself online and not have to buy it through her. I believe she has it on her website. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of Lawry's seasoned salt. And then towards the end, you are going to add some frozen egg noodles, and they say to let that cook for 2 hours, but I'm actually going to let it cook for 1 hour. So yes, okay, let's get started. Okay, first things first, I'm going to spray my crock pot. I am adding the chicken to the crock pot and putting salt and pepper on it. You just leave these whole because you are going to shred the chicken. Okay, we are going to open up the cream of chicken soups, and we're going to dump that over the top. And the next can. Okay, I'm going to kind of spread this out over the chicken a little here. And then at this point, this is where I'm going to go ahead and add my extra seasonings. The recipe does not call for these seasonings, but me and my family, we love flavor. So I'm going to add the Paula Deen house seasoning. That has salt and pepper in it too, so that'll help. And then a little bit of Lawry's. Sometimes Lawry's seasoned salt just gives you a little something something to your dish. Just that little bit that you need. Okay, now we are going to take our stick of butter and we are going to cut it up and place it all over the top of the soup. Okay, last one. Okay, it says to whisk the bouillon with the chicken broth, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I got a bowl. I'm going to put the chicken broth into it. I usually get low sodium, but it calls for 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon. So I got my teaspoon. I'm going to dump that in there. It says to whisk it before you pour it over the chicken and the soup. I'm gonna whisk it, whisk, whisk, whisk. Okay, and then we're gonna take that, we are going to pour that over all the stuff that's in the crock pot. Then you are going to place your lid on the top, and you are going to turn your crock pot on low for 6 hours. and I will be back to show you and then shred the chicken. All right, it is time to start shredding the chicken. Let me show you what this looks like. It smells really good. Okay, the soup is kind of sitting on the top. You can see the butter on the top. Let me grab a spoon here. It's just a bubbling away. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna grab this out of here with some forks. Try not to splash myself here because it is hot. Okay, I just put it on a paper plate and I'm just gonna shred it. It is falling apart. Do you see that? Oh my goodness. Yum. I make chicken noodle soup a different way, but like I had said, Jay found this and it just sounded good. Looks good. Wow, I love it. I love crock pot meals because everything just, I don't know, the meat just falls apart in a crock pot, and I just love that. I'm sure if you had to, you know, leave this in the afternoon or something, you could probably cut it up, you know, and put it in the crock pot where it's not whole. If you really wanted to, I mean, you could totally do this for you know, or just, you know, if you work outside the home, come home and shred it. Okay, I added that chicken to the soup, so now I'm going to get another one. But you could just shred it and add it back to the pot and then probably just do your noodles. I'm sure it's not going to take no hour to 2 hours to cook noodles. I wouldn't think. I'm not going to cook mine for, it calls for 2 hours, but I'm not going to. I don't like a real mushy, soggy noodle. These ones should be a little more heartier though because they're the frozen noodles. More homemade of a noodle, which is probably why they use them, because they have more to them. They're not going to be so flimsy. So, okay, I'm going to continue to shred this chicken and I will show you after I get it all done. Okay, the chicken is all shredded. Let me show it to you. Yum. After we try it this time, I might do maybe half of that butter. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. But there's quite a bit of chicken in here for 4 chicken breasts, so I'm pleased with that. Now, I am supposed to, the recipe says that you are supposed to go ahead and add the noodles to it, but I'm not going to because it is still too early for me to do that. It is not even 2 o'clock in the afternoon yet. So I'm just gonna let that sit there and just simmer away and continue to cook, and then I will be back to add the pasta. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the noodles. So, oh my goodness, this smells really good. Stir this. Okay, these noodles are frozen, so this is going to cool off the soup a little bit here. Just add the whole bag. We love noodles and chicken noodle soup. You just, yeah. Mix those in. All right, I'm going to let these set in here on low for an hour. And then I'm going to check them after an hour, but I will let you know how long that they take to cook. But I'm hoping about an hour to an hour and a half is what I'm hoping for the noodles. But I will try to remember to let you know, that is for sure. Okay, and that's the last step. So I will be showing you what it looks like when we dish it up. Okay, this is the soup all finished. My boys tried it and they said it is fantastic. So I am telling you, you have to try this soup. It is so simple to do. The noodles ended up only taking 1 hour to cook and they were perfect. They're not mushy. So you might not want to go the full 2 hours. It's totally up to you. So yes, that is a soup. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, this is a pretty simple recipe. I hope that you try this recipe and I hope you and your family enjoy it. Leftovers with chicken noodle soup is just fabulous too. So I figured this is a good comforting recipe and a good comforting soup. And my husband Jason actually found this online. I don't know where he found it. I think he found it on Facebook, and we love trying new recipes, so I'm glad we got to try this out. We will definitely be making this again in the future. If you make this, let me know. I would love to hear what you and your family think about it. And if you haven't, would you please hit that subscribe button and stick around? I have videos coming out quite a bit, probably about 3 to 4 times a week, so I would love to have you stick around and become a part of this community. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye.